So the second condition which is given in the aphorism number 38. So when the new dissimilar diseases, in that the newer one is stronger than the older one. So what will happen? It will suspend. In this case, the disease, the patient is having the old disease, as the newer one is stronger, it will suspend the accession of the older one. This newer one will run its course, and then the newer one will run its course, and the older one is reappear again. And in this condition also, the cure will not be there of the new dissimilar diseases which is stronger. In this case, the disease under which the patient ordinarily labored, the patient is always in a suffering, it is a weaker, will be kept back and suspended. It will be on the hold by the accession of stronger one, and that stronger one is that newer one is the stronger one, until the latter, that is the new disease, run its course, then the old one will reappear uncured. So in both the conditions we have seen the patient is not getting relief. So to explain this, Dr. Haniman has given so many examples. So the first example, the two children are affected from the epilepsy. They are having the epileptic attack, but as soon as there is an infection of ringworm, then the the attacks will not be there. Only the skin infection will be there on that patient. And as that ringworm completed course, the epilepsy will appear again. Because here the ringworm is stronger than the epilepsy. The second example is related to the itch. The itch was not disappear because there is a occurrence of scurvy. The scurvy will run its course, and again the itch will be appear in the patient. The third example related to the pulmonary phthisis, that is a tuberculosis. It will be remain in a stationary phase. The new disease is the violent typhus, that is the typhoid. The typhoid will run its course, and then again the patient may have the tuberculosis. The next example is smallpox and measles. When the measles and smallpox are prevalent at the same time and both attack the same child, the measles that already broken out is generally checked. It will stop by the smallpox, and then somewhat later the measles will resume its course until after the cure of the smallpox. So either वहाँ पे cure होना पड़ेगा या फिर उसको suspend होना पड़ेगा. But it is not infrequently happens that the inoculation of smallpox is suspended by the 4 days by the supervision of the measles. So this is the again example of the measles and the smallpox. The smallpox will not be a cure if that person is having the measles. The measles will run its course, and again there will be a smallpox, after the desquamation of which the smallpox completes its course. The next example is, even when the inoculation of smallpox has taken the effect for 6 days, the measles has broken out. Again, he has given the example with taking the number of days. Smallpox is for the 6 days. The measles will be there. There will be the inflammation of the skin. Again, the measles will run its course and the smallpox reappear. The inflammation of the inoculation remains stationary, that is the smallpox will remain stationary, and the smallpox did not ensue until the measles has completed its regular course of 7 days. In an epidemic of measles, that disease attack many individuals on the 4th or the 5th day after the inoculation of smallpox. अब यहाँ पे फिर से उल्टा दिया है. पहले measles, smallpox, measles बताया था. Now the smallpox, measles and smallpox, and prevented by the development of smallpox until it had completed its own course. Whereupon the smallpox appeared and proceed the regular termination. So every time the old disease is suspended, the new disease running its course and the older one is suspended. The true smooth erysipelatous looking scarlatina of Sydenham, that is the skin disease again, a scarlatina with a sore throat, was checked. ये किससे check हो रहा है? On the 4th day, the eruption of cowpox. So cowpox will run its course, and now till it's ended, the scarlatina will reappear again. So at the both diseases, ये क्यों हो रहा है? Because both the diseases of equal strength. The cowpox was suspended on, फिर क्या होगा? The cowpox will suspended on the 18th day, and the smooth scarlatina of Sydenham will appear again, and the red areola of the former disappear until the scarlatina was gone, wherein the smallpox immediately resumed its course and went on the regular termination. So in this way, the cure is not there. The person is having the disease one after another. It may be the scarlatina, cowpox, scarlatina, or it may be cowpox, scarlatina, cowpox. The similar example again is given, that is the measles. The measles or cowpox now. The measles is the old disease, cowpox is a new disease. So cowpox will suspend this measles. The measles suspended the cowpox on the 8th day when the cowpox had already attained the climax and the measles broke out. The cowpox now remained stationary and did not resume and completed course until the desquamation of measles. So that on the 16th day, it is presented the appearance it otherwise would have shown the 10th day. So in this way, he has given so many examples where the old disease, maybe measles, maybe cowpox, maybe scarlatina, maybe mumps or whatever, sorry, mumps का example बाद में दिया है, maybe the scurvy, maybe the itch. So all these chronic diseases, they will be suspended by the newer one, because the new disease that is appearing, it is a stronger one than the old one, and hence old has to be suspended for some time, but the cure is not there. The older one suspend हो रहा है, यानी वो निकल नहीं रहा है body से. It is present as it is, but it is in a passive mode. But the new one is running its course and showing the effect. So patient बेचारा जो पहले weak था with the old disease, अब उसको एक new disease आ गया है, and that new disease is also running the course, और उसका course होने के बाद again the older one भी appear there. Again he has giving the example. Even after the measles, the cowpox inoculation. तो यहाँ पे फिर से उन्होंने example दिया है measles and the cowpox का. The next example, that is the mumps, that is the inflammation of your parotid gland. So mumps and the cowpox का यहाँ पे example दिया है. I myself saw the mumps immediately disappear when the cowpox inoculation had taken effect. So यहाँ पे क्या होगा? The mumps जो older था and the cowpox is new. So cowpox will suspend the mumps. And had nearly attained its height. It was not until the complete termination of cowpox and the disappearance of its red areola that this febrile tumefaction of the parotid and submaxillary glands, that is caused by a peculiar miasm, reappear and ran its regular course of 7 days. So first there is a angina parotidia, that is the mumps. it will disappear. Cowpox will be there. The cowpox will attain the height. It will complete its course. That after the termination of cowpox, there will be the disappearance of the cowpox. Again, there is an appearance of tumefaction of parotid and the submaxillary gland of that peculiar myxome. Now, the again example is of dissimilar disease. Ki the stronger one is suspend the weaker, and but the cure is not there, which is explained in this aphorism, that is aphorism number 38. So it is a long aphorism, and here he explained it very nicely by giving the examples. So when this new dissimilar disease is stronger, the older one suspended and the newer one run its course, and once it completed course, older one will reappear. So please note down this second condition and write down these examples one by one. Write down this condition. The new dissimilar disease is stronger. If the new dissimilar disease is stronger, write down this, and the older one will be suspended by the accession of stronger one. The newer one will run its course, but it is left uncured, and the older one will reappear. And write down these examples one by one. So first example is epilepsy and ringworm. So write down in this fashion: epilepsy, ringworm, epilepsy. Second one is itch, scurvy, itch. Third one is pulmonary phthisis and typhus. Fourth one is mania, phthisis and mania. Next one is measles, smallpox and measles. Next one is smallpox, measles and smallpox. Next one is smallpox, measles and smallpox. Next one is scarlatina, smooth erysipelatous scarlatina and cowpox. Cowpox, scarlatina, cowpox. Next one is measles, cowpox and measles. Next one is mumps, cowpox and mumps. So in this way, he has given a lot of examples to explain this second condition. So always there is a 20-mark question on this topic. What happen when two dissimilar diseases are meeting together in one person? So for that, you have to write down the aphorism number 36 and 37. In 37, the explanation of 36 is given, and in the aphorism that we have just completed, it is here, he has given the second condition in the aphorism number 39. So this condition that I have given you, you have to write down, and the examples मैंने जो अभी आपको दिए हैं वो examples आपको, it has to be written as it is. No new examples should be added by you, and the list which is given by Dr. Ahneman, it should be written as it is. The sequence can be up and down, but the example should be from the our organ of medicine. आपके मन से कोई भी न्यू एग्जाम्पल वहाँ पे आपको ऐड करना नहीं है. In the aphorism number, as we have seen in the aphorism number 37, there is an explanation of the aphorism number 36. So here he clearly mentioned that the allopathic medicines that we are using, it is too violent in character. The diseases remain uncured. The diseases remain unaltered. The same thing is applied to this second condition also. So this explanation may be applicable to the second condition. Now in the aphorism number 39, the adherent of ordinary school, that is the followers of ordinary school of medicine, they saw this type of treatment. They know what happened if the older one is stronger and if the newer one is stronger, what is happening inside the body. They are treating it from many centuries. They saw or they know the nature herself cannot cure that disease without the formation of similar disease. The nature herself cannot cure it without producing similar disease, though it is strong. If the new disease be dissimilar, we have seen it कि the older disease था उसको वहाँ पे, the newer one is totally dissimilar but stronger, और जो new था it is the weaker one. And in the second condition also we have seen the older one is a weaker one and a newer one is a stronger one. Again, the nature is dissimilar. What shall we think of them? Now he is asking here. Now again he is very irritable. He is again very, he is shouting on the old school. If you know this, all the things are happening from the many centuries, then why you are giving a such treatment? Why you are not thinking of them? They are nevertheless went on treating the chronic disease with allopathic remedies. From many years, they are treating the diseases with these violent allopathic remedies, namely with the medicines prescription capable of producing God knows what morbid state almost invariably. So here again he has given the same reference. The aphorism number जो हमने 37 में जो लिखा था उन्होंने कि it is too violent in character. The same thing he is applying here कि the allopathic physician by giving this too violent medicine, they also know from many centuries that they will not able to cure the patient. Though the disease is strong, but the medicines, they are not capable of producing the similar disease. God knows what is the prescription or what are the contents in their medicine, but they are producing the morbid state, which is a dissimilar, which is almost invariable than the existing one. However, the one dissimilar disease to be cured, again he asked the question, can this dissimilar disease be cured? The two dissimilar diseases be able to cure? Again he asks the question here. And even though the physician did not hitherto means अब तक, यानी जब हैनीमैन ने ये लिखा था aphorisms तब, even though the physician did not hitherto observe the nature attentively, they are not observing the nature can cure this disease, but whenever there is accession of the similar, not the dissimilar disease, so they are not attentive towards their patient. Why they are not getting the cure? Hitherto they are not observing it. And what word he used after that? Just see. Even though the physician did not hitherto observe nature attentively, the miserable results of their treatment should have taught them that they are pursuing an appropriate, a false path. So again, Dr. Hahnemann warns them that the physician using this violent medicine from many centuries, they know, they are seeing that nature herself cannot cure this disease by the accession of the dissimilar, though stronger disease. Their prescription contains all the remedies which are too violent. They are not produce the morbid state which is similar. It is invariable. They are not getting the cure. Still, they are not attentive to the nature. कि nature या फिर वो जो drug है, they are not able to cure. They are getting the miserable results in their treatment. And they are pursuing the wrong path. The path is totally inappropriate. Did they not perceive when they employed, as was their custom, and aggressive allopathic treatment in a chronic disease? तो उनको वो परसीव नहीं हो रहा है कि what they are employing as a custom, as a generation to generation, they are giving the medicine. From the centuries this is happening. They are not treating the chronic disease in a proper way. This is an aggressive way of treatment for the chronic disease. Thereby, they only created an artificial dissimilar to the original one. So are they not getting the things कि वहाँ पे जो artificial disease produce हो रहा है, it is totally dissimilar. Merely suppress, वहाँ पे सिर्फ suppression हो रहा है या फिर वहाँ पे सिर्फ suspension of the original disease, which latter however always return. वो फिर से आ रहा है and must return, वो फिर से आएगा ही, because the strength जो है of the patient is diminished. It is no longer admitted to continue of the allopathic attack on the life, but still the patients are taking the medicines. So the question is asked by Dr. Hahnemann, if the allopathic physicians, they are doing this practice from many centuries, they know, they are now got the knowledge, the nature cannot cure this dissimilar disease. Though it is a stronger one, the allopathic medicines are not able. They contain the violent content. They are pursuing the false path, but still from many centuries, they are giving the medicines to the patients, and patients are also taking the medicine. So they are not getting the things, they are following the wrong path. So here again there is a question asked by Dr. Hahnemann. So we will stop here. So your homework is, you have to write down the two conditions which are given. The question will be like this, ki what happen if the two similar diseases are meeting together in a one person? So for that you have to write down the aphorism number 36, the condition with examples. Aphorism number 37, its explanation. aphorism number 38 for the second condition, and aphorism number 39 for its explanation. So this is your homework today. Please submit it. Those participants are present here. They have to submit me at least this condition and the examples just now I have given to you one by one. So submit the homework and read the aphorisms again and again, because this is a 20-mark question. Susceptibility that we have completed, that is from the aphorism number 30, 31, 33, 34. So these are all related to the susceptibility, and from 35 dissimilar diseases, and all the conditions. The third condition tomorrow we will see. So this is all other 20 mark questions. You have to attend it properly.